Hey everybody, just a quick announcement. You will hear that we sound like we kind of skipped over to about midday into afternoon here with Team 2B, and that's just because we did a session that was completely unrecorded. My intentions were that we were going to get a little bit of just like a quick throw-in, preparation thing, and it didn't need to be recorded. Turns out they wanted to do so much more than just that. And so it was entirely on my fault, on my end. I should never, this has taught me that from now on, if we play, we will record. There is no session that'll just be unrecorded. But yeah, Yaang is going to give us the intro here shortly, but I also do want to mention a few things that he does not. For one, they went to the Capitol building to try to speak with Yaang's uncle, aka the president. And Shaong decided to start teaching Jaeger how to make the fire snake, the summon elemental, basically. All right, but here we go, on with the episode. We're going to begin a little bit different than normal. Yeah, go ahead and do the recap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Previously on Dicebenders, against Yank's objections, the team decided to split the party yet again. This time with Jaeger and Taro leading Master Zhang to an underground bending revolution.
Shaong?
Yes, Zhang, whatever.
Shaong.
They were led to an underground bender revolution revolt in progress. No, it's just a little meeting. Where Taro decided to leave the White Lotus to hang out with her sister. Where it was also discovered her name was not Taro. Meanwhile, Kevin and Yaang got to infiltrate a secret underground bunker that was training non-benders in the art of bending and chi blocking using technology and chi blocking. On top of that, Kevin and Yaang decided to make it back to Mike's house, where Jaeger rejoins and told everybody the sad news about Taro's departure. With that being said, the White Lotus now have to decide, can Jaeger, Kevin, and Yaang save the world? And when we last left off, Kevin and Yaang were patiently waiting for the President of the Republic City.
And do you remember what Jaeger was doing?
Jaeger was breathing.
Yeah, you're damn right.
You get an inspiration die.
Woohoo! Do I get two? Because I still have one from before. No, I'm checking.
Oh, yeah, no.
And what is the inspiration die so I can put it on my little thingamabobber?
It's just a D6.
A D6, okay. Let me put that aside so I can save that for something special.
We can probably start doing that to where, like, every session, whoever does the recap gets an inspiration die. I might start doing that. I think that's actually a good idea. Less prep work for me. Makes me feel happy. Anyway, we will begin with Kevin and Yaang. I know we left off with them, but Jaeger, there honestly isn't much for you to do in the day until the little firebender meeting, if you're even going to that.
So, I guess what he's saying is, are you breathing still?
Oh, yeah.
Breathe check.
Okay.
I was joking. I was seriously joking about that.
That was the biggest flood.
That was a 13.
Jaeger, you continue to breathe.
Excellent.
So, Kevin and Yaang, you guys are at the Capitol building waiting to speak with the president. You've waited for going on over 2 hours at this point for someone to finally speak to you, more specifically, the president to speak to you, to no avail. No one's come out to say anything. Just as you are feeling like you would be ready to just get up and go, the door finally opens, revealing a tall, slender man with a, looks like 5 o'clock shadow, but he looks like he keeps up with it, so it's more a style than just a lack of taking care of himself. He's got hair, he's got black hair that is a little curly at the end. You can see some remnants of like a water tribe heritage to the hair, but the rest of his body seems very airbender or air nomad-esque. He looks to you guys in his very leisurely looking suit. The suit for the president seems much like a business suit, but you do see on the bottom it tails out into almost a robe, an open robe at the bottom, covering over his pants and, whatnot. And he looks to the two of you with a stunned look on his face, and he says, yes, I take it you guys are the White Lotus.
Yes, sir.
He looks right at Yaang and says, okay, well, the two of you, come on in.
Thank you. Yaang, you can leave.
Yaang follows.
And Kevin follows right behind.
You guys head into his office. I'm not going to go into too big of details, but you get a very strong presence of, I don't want to say wealth, but definitely power in this office. There's a large window that looks out to the long street of Capitol Street, the same street that the Capitol building is a part of, and there's also the other larger buildings. For instance, the Stay Inn is kind of off a little bit to the side of where this street would be. This is the main street. You actually went down this street when you were traveling from the water transport to the docks. But as far as the interior goes, you can input anything you feel would fit the interior of a presidential building or presidential room. There's a large grandfather clock, a very big desk with a very cozy looking chair in the back, bookshelves, chairs in front, and the like. But he lets you guys in. He doesn't sit at his table. He looks out into the window, peering across, gazing over the city that is his, Republic City. And without turning to you guys, he has his hands behind his back and he goes, all right, what is this about?
I assume your security has told you about your kidnapping that's coming soon, right?
Kidnapping? No, I've not heard anything of the like.
I'm looking at Yaang, like, oh, well, pretty much a group of individuals that's going to try to kidnap you. Keyword is try.
Exactly. Listen. And he turns to face you guys. With the council that I have at my side, the management that they do within these city streets, I highly doubt that there's going to be any kind of attack on me, and even if there were, we've got the police and, if need be, the military to handle it.
Which, might I ask, is quite impressive.
I know. They even are good at capturing those that deface national statues.
What can I say? I was kind of angry with blood at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you were so angry. Angry enough to deface a man that gave you your life in a way. Without him, you wouldn't exist. But what do I know as one of your family relatives?
Well, it's hard to know who's family when they just ship you away without a second thought, isn't it, Uncle?
Yeah, but that also wasn't Aang's fault, was it, nephew?
I grip the staff as hard as I can and try to compose myself. At the end of the day, we're here...
I'm sorry, what did you say? And he looks to you, Kevin.
And I hold up, did anybody care for some pie?
I am full, thank you.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
So,
it is obvious you are a fool, but...
Yes, you can definitely tell that by my getting captured by police, doing the illegal acts of bending within the city streets, and the like, but I'm sure you know better than I, don't you?
No.
And to have the god to come into my office and tell me that things are happening in my own city, kidnapping on my part and stuff like that, when you have sat here and broken laws every single day that you've been here, yet I am the fool. And Kevin, you're starting to get the vibe in this room right now that the president's not talking to y'all about anything that you came in for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're feeling more like you're in between a family argument at this point. Like, you don't feel like you kind of belong in this conversation.
Yeah, Mr. President, the reason we have come to you is, one, to warn you that the people who are supposed to kidnap you are supposed to be earthbenders. There's a possibility there may be a second group that's trying to kidnap you, might propose of firebenders.
Would this have anything to do with the word I've heard on the street of the Fire Nation trying to attack?
No. That's
Okay.
that's more of pro-bender groups that are more sick and tired of not be able to use their bending in the city.
Well,
More
do
specifically...
you think I'm content with it either? I am an airbender. I can't do my bending here either. You think I'm above the law? And he looks over at you, Yang.
We're not asking that laws be broken and laws not be... the broken laws not be punished.
That's
We're
right, you're not asking for it at all. You're just doing.
Yang is really squeezing the staff right now.
He noticed, but he replied with saying, you can be mad all you want, but I'm only stating things that you have done, Yang. You have defaced the statue of our heritage. You have betrayed our heritage by doing things like that. You think that you can just come in here and act like you are part of family when you treat family like they don't even matter to you?
Isn't it funny that you can sit there and ask me this question about family, me treating family like they mean nothing to me, when you tossed me aside?
I had nothing to do with it, Yang.
And you did not speak up for me?
Because I am not your mother. I am not your father. If you have any gripes, go talk to them. But defacing the statue of our grandfather, your great-grandfather, how does that help anything?
It is because
if anything, that turns us into laughingstocks.
Yang,
and he turns to face outside.
Yang sends out a gust cantrip in a circular motion around me by stomping the staff down, which is intentionally going to cause the pie to fly towards my uncle.
Okay.
The pie is in a bag. Pretty much like one of those bags you get from the bakery.
Okay.
And Kevin's like, please, calm down. Please don't.
You know what, Kevin?
Sounds like he already did.
I did. I went.
Yeah, there is no calming down at that point.
I did a gust cantrip and sent the pie flying towards my uncle.
I think we needed this. Alright, I'm just looking for what I need from Rohan here. Alright, so he's going to use his aerial senses.
Okay. Yeah.
So go ahead and roll your attack. Since you're doing a gust cantrip using this is considered an attack. So go ahead and roll to see if you would be able to beat his roll.
Alright, so that is a 14 plus 7, 21.
Okay. That would actually beat him. He only rolled an 11 on the die.
Oh, wow. In my defense, I was really not wanting to do this, but...
But you did it. That's his point.
Let's do it!
You can't blame other people for your actions, is like his entire point. But he goes to like try to raise his hand. He saw the reflection in the window that there was a pie being flung at him, but he just wasn't able to react in time. He turns around, spins his chi to try to do aerial senses and try to dismiss the bag, but he isn't able to get it in time, and the bag just plops onto his chest. Some of the pie splurts out of the bag onto his face and onto his clothes a little bit. It falls on the ground, and he looks over at you, very upset, and he goes, "You come to my office, cover me with pie, and break the law right in front of me."
I'm going to take out one of my pockets of water and a piece of cloth. I'm like, let me help clean you up, sir.
I put my hand in front of Kevin. It's funny how you can sit there and tell me these things about me dishonoring our family, when you can sit here and condone the harsh treatment of Benders in Republic City.
The difference is that I endure it with them. I am a Bender too, Yaang. Our family. Our whole family is Benders.
Then you need to speak up and say that this is wrong. Yes, there needs to be some protection for the non-Benders. This is true. However, you have Benders that are sitting here plotting your kidnapping because they have no voice.
I don't believe that's going to happen. And as he says that, there's a knock on the door. And you hear him just sigh and say, "Come on in. It's fine." The door opens and you see, it looks like a man that seems, his heritage would be from a water tribe line. Tall, a little older, maybe like in his 40s or so. Come in, he has a small suitcase with him at his side. He's wearing robes. Not so much robes. It does seem more like a business suit, probably because he's talking to the president. But he is wearing one of the Republic City, badges for the council. As he comes in and sees the two of you here, neither of you have met this one, but he looks to the two of you and he goes, "Oh, I see we have guests. It is a pleasure to meet the two of you, whoever you are." And he gives a small bow.
I bow towards him.
Yaang will remember his composures and where he's at and bow before this individual as well.
Go ahead, try to put on a mask, Yaang. As Rohan walks over to his desk, seeing you try to hold your composure, grabs something off of his desk and wipes off the parts of the pie. And he goes, "Okay, so they're talking about something a little crazy, Quayla, if you wanted to hear it." And he goes, "Oh, yes, I certainly would. They're talking about this kidnapping where they're going to... somebody, not them, but they, as in somebody else, is going to kidnap me."
Alright, why is that name familiar?
And the man looks at the two of you and then looks at the president and goes, "Well, that sounds rather absurd. Who would risk doing something like that? And for what?"
Anger, people who feel like they have no options. It's like you say, it's absurd, but people who are desperate, it would do anything.
Well, that sounds a lot like you are referring to as if a person were a rat dog trapped in a corner, fighting for survival. The humans of this city are exactly that. They are humans and people. I'm sure that there is a way to have such a civil manner instead of trying to attack the president. That doesn't make any sense. And he looks to Rohan and says, I believe they may be given false information. This doesn't sound like anything adds up.
You know what, Kevin? I think we're just wasting our time here. If you decide you need the White Lotus, we'll be at Councilmember Mike's, and we'll see you at the Councilmembers.
You are the White Lotus. Interesting.
Yes, Congressman.
Interesting. And he walks up to Rohan's desk. Rohan sits down at the desk and just is like rubbing his temple, just glaring at Yaang. The man opens up his suitcase and hands Rohan a couple folders of information. And as he's doing this, he speaks to you guys and says, I did get a call from Mike that they have deemed a calling to speak with you about opening a school.
Yeah. Yes, we talked with the general, and we talked to others of your associates about opening a school here.
Yes, I am aware. They have told me. We have called to the meeting for tomorrow, around noon, if I remember correctly. But if you don't mind me asking, I must inquire. What business do you have speaking with the president if you are going to speak with the council?
Well, we came to warn him of a potential threat towards him. And the second reason is none of your business, I'm afraid.
I suppose that is fair. And he looks at the bag of what was pie and goes, if any of this seems to be at a more personal level, then I suppose it is none of my business. But as for this attack on the president, perhaps the three of us could have a discussion.
He said 3?
Yes. And he looks to Rohan and says, the president is such a busy man, and turns back to you guys and goes, so he usually appoints anything related to the city in this matter to the council. As me being head of council, this would be the opportune moment for us to have a discussion.
Well, it is also coincidental that I am preparing for a speech for the council. I need to go to the library if you would like to join us, and we could discuss the threat towards, look at the president, this individual's life.
Yes, well, that is rather unfortunate if you are choosing to leave now. I have too much business to take care of at the Capitol Hall, and unfortunately would not be able to follow along going to the library. So, I will say it is just now or never.
Well, other than there's a potential threat towards the president being kidnapped by the Benders, who are upset at not having representation or a voice within Republic City, in which my great grandfather was a member of helping establish this city.
Oh, yes. He was, I'm assuming, given that information, that you are related to the president. And he looks back to the bag. Yes, well, it seems as though family may be playing a part in these factors here. I would be very interested to know where you're getting this information on the attack of the president.
Well, you have informants in your police department that have this same information, so why not ask them?
Because you're in front of me now. Wouldn't it be easier to work together here? We all want the same goals.
No, the White Lotus's goals are to assist and help keep a balance in the world. And right now, there's no balance.
Then help me help you.
Well, we can't do that unless we're officially invited within the city.
DM, can I roll insight, please?
I was about to ask the same thing, too.
You can. This is going to be hard. Because this guy has not changed any expression or body language at all.
And I'm doing my best not to expose it. Insight, you said?
Yeah.
Can I give Kevin advantage?
Oh, a help action?
I mean, I have a +5, but I feel like Kevin might be higher than me. So yeah, I'll give Kevin the help action.
Okay, which means you don't get to roll, but yes, Kevin rolls with advantage.
First one was a 15. And the second row it's with a natural 20.
Nice. Yeah, he's trying to draw some information out of you. So he won't give any, he's not seeming to let up on giving any other reason why. He is bringing up good points by saying, like, let's help each other with this. But he's asking rather specific questions about things that are a little less related to exactly what you guys are here for in the first place. Real quick,
you said kilo, like General Kilo?
I didn't say kilo, I said Quelo.
Quelo, thank you, sorry. Quelo, like General Quelo?
There is no General Quelo.
This is Representative Quelo.
Representative Quelo, out of character. He's the one that got the younger council member to hire the people to attack the White Lotus, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know who this is. Thank you. Alright.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you two have never met this man.
With all due respect, sir, I don't know you well enough to trust you, and I barely know my uncle to trust him with this information. But yet, I came to let you know that there is a threat against the president for him to be kidnapped by the Bender Revolution.
Well, I suppose that is fair. We have only just met, and only a fool would give away all their information. However, I ask these things because if we don't have any sort of lead or explanation as to why you have these thoughts, they're little more than just hearsay. Forgive me for wanting more information. And he gives a slight bow and continues. But it would be in everyone's best interest if you could at least provide some ounce of true foundation to these claims.
I look at Kevin and give Kevin a look like, wish me luck, please trust me on this.
Kevin looked at Yaang like, yeah, didn't like all the social interactions been pretty good for the most part, especially convincing a council member. I trust him on this one. I'm not towards Yaang.
Alright, sir, to tell you the truth, we made an ally within the police department, and this ally came to us with this information, knowing my relationship with the president. This individual risked being exposed because he had hoped that my connection to the president would allow us to come in and give ample warning.
I see. So your source works in the police.
This is correct, sir.
Well, I hope you understand that I must inquire if you could give me a name so that I can speak with him as well. If you are not to give me the information, then at least we can have a common ally in whoever this person is.
I believe, sir, if you were to go to the police department, he made it known to us he was going to report this to his higher-ups as well. So if it was not presented before the president or the council members or anyone in charge of security here, then it leads me to suspect that it was intercepted along the chain of command. I refuse to put our informant's life at risk.
And he leans against the desk and begins stroking his face. He doesn't have a beard or anything, so he's just rubbing his chin, and he goes, "Yes, but it would be foolish to also rule out the possibility that it wasn't intercepted, rather just not given. Do you trust this source?"
I look at Kevin. For once, I don't actually have an answer. I look at Kevin.
We did trust the source.
You trust your source.
Sir, I don't know who you are, but...
Forgive me for not introducing myself. I am Councilman Quelo. It is a pleasure to meet you.
Alright. Did Jaeger mention Councilmember Quelo, whatever, to us?
Quelo.
I don't remember. I think they did.
They did. Which is why we went. That's why we went to the other council members. That's why we were the ones who went to the council members.
My notes are a jumbled mess because I'm like half exhausted when I write them. With that being said, Yaang will naturally introduce himself. I am Yaang.
It is an honor to meet you, Yaang.
And my name is Kevin Zaspera.
Yes, it is a pleasure to meet you too, Sir Zaspera.
Council member, at the end of the day, all the Benders really want is voice. That's all.
Yes. But to hear the voice, they need to speak. And we also need information as to where they are to speak. We can't allow this attack on the president, whether it be true or false, to come into play as to whether their voice is heard. Things could be done much quicker than coming to such blasphemous results.
Well, hopefully...
Which is why I want this information, though I understand the two of you do not want to give it. That is fair. I have sources being part of the council, and I suppose it is time that some of my sources speak with the police department. It is a shame, though, that we cannot seem to work together. I hope this doesn't play into the council meeting that we have tomorrow. And he turns around, closes his suitcase, having given whatever was in it to the president, locks it up, grabs it off of the desk, looks to the two of you, bows, and goes, "If you don't mind, I have more inquiries to go to."
I bow respectfully to the council member.
I bow respectfully to the council member.
I hope that perhaps we can help each other, give each other information. You have information that you don't want to give, as fair as that is. But there's nothing I can do with information I don't have.
Well, if you wish, council member, there is some information that you might be able to help us with. We were given a lead from a group of Bender revolutionists who attacked us at the ports near the Air Temple Island. And this lead told us they were paid from somebody of high position within the city to attack us. If you don't mind, we would love your assistance in discovering who that individual is, so that way we can thank them for the test that we had to endure.
And this is something that you have also given your lead in the police department?
Yes, of course.
Then it sounds that you have taken the necessary precautions in this matter. I can bring out some information, go to my leads and sources to try to uncover what and who this prosecutor might be. In the meantime, you have done exactly what you should have. Gone to the police and given them the information so that they can do any kind of research of their own. Alas, I am not of the police, I am just of the council. Though I will keep an eye open and let you know if I get any information.
I thank you, council member, and I bow.
Thank you, Tom. Thank
He
you,
bows
Councilman.
back.
I bow.
And he looks to the president and gives a bow. Rohan is just looking at the folders, not opened them necessarily yet, probably because you guys are in the office, but he has them and he looks up and gives him a nod. Quayla walks out of the room.
Door closed?
With that being
Yeah, he
said,
closes it.
I look at Kevin and I say, alright, well, let's get out of here. I need to go to the library.
Okay. The attack supposed to happen tomorrow, Mr. President.
Look,
I know you probably don't believe us, but at least we just want to tell you that information. We at least have a heads up.
Given the fact that you told Quelo, whether or not it's true, chances are good that he can talk to Saley and get some military presence there. So, whoever your lead was, whether or not they're telling you the truth, tell them, I guess, thank you. We're going to have more security. It sounds like that's just the best option. Military presence.
I bow before him, Mr. President, and walk out the door.
I bow, respectfully to the President. You have a great evening, sir. And I follow Yaang.
Make sure you grab that pie on the way out. I would hate for it to be left here.
I keep walking. I keep walking.
As Kevin is right behind Yaang, kind of nudging him towards the door. As I turn back, does Kevin see the President either have a slick smile on his face, or what's the President's face looking like now after he said that?
He's just very annoyed. It's not a slick smile. He's not saying it out of, being a smart aleck. He is just genuinely annoyed. And roll me an insight on the President.
Okay. Oh, 19 plus 3. That would be a 22.
You also see hurt in his eyes, in his face.
And what's going on in Kevin's mind? This family needs some therapy. Lots and lots of therapy.
So, I take it you do grab the pie and take it out of the room.
How bad shape is a pie?
Roll me a percentile die.
How do you use the percentile die again?
I'll roll it.
Thank you. I never used them.
It is 81% destroyed.
Oh, damn.
Yaang tossed it kind of hard.
Well, good on him. Well, I took the pie. In my mind, at least the bird's gonna have something to eat.
So, at the library, I've described it earlier to give a quick re-explanation. It is a large, round building. There are no sharp corners on the outside or anything like that. There's a statue of Janora and Wan Shi Tong. The quote on the wall that says, a roundabout way of just saying, take information from everywhere or your information will become stale. It's a 3-story building, 2 stories above ground, 1 story underground, and the walls are comprised almost entirely of glass to allow for natural sunlight to come in. The interior of the building is donut-esque, so there are openings between within the second floor, which is the entrance floor, so that you can see the third floor and the first floor, or the basement floor. Same thing happens on the third floor, so you can just have light encasing the entire building on the inside. So what are you guys doing at the library?
First, I look at Kevin and say, I'm not exactly sure if you want to wait with me while I do research and take notes and stuff like that. But
honestly, I think after talking with the president, a nice, good book is just what the doctor needs. When the heck to have any good books on medicine here?
I was hoping maybe you could reach out to, and I look around to make sure we weren't followed.
I'll look around with you. So, do I give Yaang the help actions for?
No, you don't have to. No one's following you.
Is there a piece of paper and stuff to write with nearby?
Yeah, you go to the reception lady. She's a super old lady, very small woman with huge glasses, pure white hair, and she's wearing clothes that seem too big for her, and she goes, "Oh, hello, young man. What can I do for you today?"
I apologize for the large request I'm about to make, but I'm looking for any books and scrolls on the founding of Republic City and Republic City during the age of Avatar Korra. I am also hoping you have some paper, ink, quill, or pen, or something I can use to write with.
Oh, certainly. And she very slowly opens a drawer to grab a piece of parchment and a quill with ink, hands it over to you, and then flattens out a map that's on her desk and, like, very leisurely, no rush at all, just, like, scans the map. And scans it. And
I write on
scans
the piece of paper real quick. Contact Damien and tell him to be careful. Council member Quill knows that the White Lotus have an ally.
Quelo?
Yes, Quelo.
Okay. And she flips the map over and looks at the third floor and scans it. And scans it and adjusts her glasses. And scans it. And then grabs another map from the side and puts it on the desk. And scans it. And scans it.
Oh, I apologize about the pie. As I hand the note to Kevin.
Don't worry about the pie. The bird in the park enjoys it.
Right?
That is true.
Here. And she points to a spot on the map and she looks at you and goes, "It'll be on the first floor. Aisle 7.
Thank you, and I bow before her, and
Is this your first time at the library?
Yes, I'm actually here doing research on Republic City.
Feel free to take these pamphlets. They're the history of the library.
I will...
Thank you.
Thank you. I will look at that in my...
There's a map in the pamphlet.
Sweet. I could just imagine Yaang being lost. It's the endless IKEA.
It is a very large library.
But yeah, so yeah, I gave the note to Kevin basically saying check on Damien.
Who?
But Damien.
Who's Damien?
The cop. The
Dante?
undercover cop that you... Dante! Dang it! Why do I have names wrong?
I do that too when I get
Yeah,
hungry.
you guys both say
I just
Jaong,
forget things.
which I still think is funny.
I tried to say Zhong.
You said Jaong before, which I always thought was...
I know, that was a Freudian slip anyway. But, yes, contact Dante, let Dante know that, council member
Quelo
has freaking, knows that, the White Lotus have an ally in the police department.
I look at the down like, and I nod. Will you be here good by yourself?
I shouldn't be long, hopefully. If it gets too late, send a search party.
Well then.
Can you take Iroh and Sokka back to your place?
Sure.
For the
And
listeners, Sokka is Yaang's messenger hawk.
When did you buy a messenger hawk?
Last episode.
Really?
Yeah, it was 6 gold. I was
yeah.
Okay.
Cool. So we're gonna...
I also bought Jaeger a scimitar.
That's right, like a +1 scimitar, I think.
Mm-hmm. That's why I have +1 those +1 breaks of the fence.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna
Cause we went shopping.
we're gonna cut away from you, Yaang. We spent a good bit of time with Kevin and Yaang, so we're going to instead go to, I guess, Kevin and Jaeger. Kevin, you get back to Mike's place. Jaeger, are you still breathing outside?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so Kevin,
You know it.
you land Iroh near Jaeger, not like on top of him, but a good safe distance, and you see Jaeger's hasn't moved at all. He's still standing in the exact same spot that you guys put a note on him before you left.
Jaeger, you still breathing?
Jaeger breathes.
Okay, I'm getting off of Iroh, pretty much taking him to the garage and brushing him. Cause do I see like my dad's vehicle anywhere?
No, he's not here.
Okay, cause he has better contact with Dante than I do. Alright, what time is it anyway, DM?
It would be like 1:30, give or take.
1:30. I would probably need a little lunch since we had to wait freaking 2 hours for the president for the family smackdown. What Kevin's gonna do is going to the house, see if Dante, who's been playing servant, is maybe in here.
No, Dante's not here.
Let me check my dad's study to see if there's any contact information for him.
I mean, he works at the police department.
Yeah. But also, we just told Quelo we got a contact in the police department, so it'll be looking extra suspicious.
Okay. You're not going to tell Jaeger anything that happened today? You're just going to let him breathe?
I'm going to tell Jaeger what's happening today, if he wants to pay attention to me.
Okay.
Because I know he's trying to concentrate.
But we'll let you look through your dad's study first. So roll
Okay.
me an investigation check as you're just kind of like perusing through your dad's study.
Try not to destroy or anything. Nice one. That is going to be 17 plus 1. That'd be 18.
Okay, you find one of those old contact boxes that has all the information on little note cards and stuff. You start going through that because you'd assume something would be in there. You don't get any specific notes for Dante himself, but you do have the extension to him that's at the police department. The extension number.
Alright, I'll get that a call.
You'll give your dad a call?
No, I get that extension that for Dante a call.
I mean, your dad has a phone in this office, so you, very easily have one at your disposal. You give him a call. It rings for quite a bit until finally you get someone to pick up. And it goes, "Hello, this is Officer Dante. How can I help you?"
Hey, Dante, this is Kevin.
"Hey, Kevin, Mike's kid.
Yes.
What's up?"
We just got done talking with the president, and that's going to be what you be on the Capitol.
You talked to the president?
Yeah.
Why?
A kidnapping is coming on to him.
No, I know that, but that's going to endanger your friend, isn't it?
Our friend? No, it shouldn't endanger him at all.
No, you're the lady that you guys work with. She's in that revolt group. So, if the president has any information that that's going to happen, chances are good that they'll get the military involved. That's not going to be good for her.
Oh. I read.
Oh my.
And also, in Quelo, knows there's a contact in the police department. So
Great, thanks. Oh man.
Better be taken sorry.
Well, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Oh boy. Okay. Well, I know Jaeger and I are gonna go meet up with the Firebenders tonight. Is he still doing that?
As far as I know, Jaeger breathes. He's been in the yard meditating. But heaven
Thank
only
you for
knows how long.
translating that, because breathes. Okay, cool. Okay.
Most likely he is heading to where you guys tonight. Be extra suspicious, check the surroundings. Yeah, you know the rest.
Yes. Okay, so the only thing I can say is, God. Oh man. Okay. You guys are very stressful people. Okay.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, well, when you guys leave the city, take me out of the club. I don't want to be a part of this. Okay,
Yeah,
but anyway.
Sorry
Thank you.
about that.
No, it's fine. It's not, but it's fine. Yeah, anyway. So, I'll keep an eye out. Make sure, any information that we have here is fine. I mean, with me being undercover, the police won't just give away information. So, we should be okay on that. I just hope that your friend's gonna be okay. I don't think that the president's just gonna willy-nilly not take any extra precaution, even if he doesn't believe you.
Yeah. Pretty for the most part, it's iffy. It took Quelo to make him think that it's going to be a bigger threat.
And, Jaeger, after sitting outside for a while, you get hungry. It is around the time to eat anyway. So you're heading inside. You hear a conversation from Mike's office, drawing your attention. You're hearing names that are very familiar to you. It's Kevin talking to somebody on the phone, talking about speaking with Quelo and such like, and the like. So you begin to hear this conversation.
Kevin, who are you talking to, and where's the food? Not necessarily in that order, but answer whichever one you want to.
Dante, and I will prepare lunch in the field.
Can you say that first part again?
Dante, and I will prepare lunch in the field.
Who are you talking to?
Dante.
Dante. Oh, yeah. Tell him I said hi.
He said, Jaeger says hi.
Hello, Jaeger. Best
Hang on.
bud.
Hey, Jaeger, phone. You talk on the phone, I'll start cooking lunch.
Okay.
And Kevin go to the kitchen and prepare his lunch.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Jaeger.
Dante, where you at?
Hey. Well, I'm at the station.
Which one?
The police one.
Is there just one?
Yeah, it's the one with the Toph statue in the front.
Who's Toph?
I think that's a conversation for another day. I don't really have time to give you the history of, history.
Okay. Is it like an animal?
Sure. But, Jaeger, so, are you coming tonight to, what was it, Briggards?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because we're gonna have to get to the bottom of that. And your friends didn't make it all that easier for your friend?
Why? How so?
Well, they kind of got the military involved, I think.
Oh.
They told the president about the attack, which is exactly what we were saying not to do.
Hang on, they met with the
to each
president?
Huh?
They met with the president?
That's what your friend was telling me, yeah.
How come nobody tells me anything?
They said you were breathing.
I do breathe, yes. Jaeger breathes.
As do I, yes. I breathe as well. Why did you tell me that you were breathing? But anyway. So, I don't really know what to do with that. Honestly. It's a little nerve-wracking. Oh, and they also told me that they now know that you guys have someone in the police to help.
Was that from the same presidential conversation?
That's what they were telling me. I'm as in the loop as you are at the moment.
Okay. Have you been breathing too?
Yes. I make sure to breathe at least every 3 seconds.
Gosh, nobody tells me anything.
You can hear. So.
Welcome to our world.
So I'm gonna let you go. Do you have? I guess your friend doesn't have any more information for me, so I'm going to go try to cover my tracks and clean up whatever mess is going on. And also, I do want to note, if you guys are going out to the bay, or the docks, I mean, be careful, because there seemed to have been another attack. I don't think it was related to you guys, though. It looked like there was a bunch of Earthbender attacks last night.
Earthbenders are weird.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, I guess you could go do police things.
Yes, see you tonight.
If you need anything, make sure that you come by here only. Never call this house again. And then I hang up.
All right.
And then Jaeger looks around the room.
This is... Actually, I don't think you were ever in this room. You can easily deduce that this is Mike's office. You see a bunch of work stuff on the desk and filing cabinets and things like that. It seems very leisurely in here, which is kind of cozy. And there's a clock on the wall that seems to just tick away.
Weird. Then I'm gonna leave the office and try to find Kevin.
Okay. As you leave, you feel a slip of paper kind of falling to the floor. It must have come off of you at some point.
Well, that's weird. I don't write things.
Do you read things?
I think Jaeger can read.
Roll me an intelligence check.
Oh no, please God. Let me read. I got a 12.
Okay, that's better than a 10, so yes, you can read.
Yay. What does the note say?
It says, Jaeger, went to see the president, going to inform him about kidnapping. Don't breathe, Yaang.
Don't breathe? Why? That's rude. And then I proceed to go find Kevin.
Okay. You hear some clanging and clanking, and more specifically, you smell the direction of the kitchen, leading you to where Kevin is. Kevin is whipping up something nice to eat. Yeah, here he is.
Over here, begin to fry burgers.
So do you just like cooking, or...
I find it to be a really good stress reliever.
Why are you stressed?
Let's see. I'm assuming you read the notes, right?
What note?
Kevin just blinked at him a couple of times. Okay, me and Yang, we left you a note to say we went to see the president.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, I read it.
Yeah, we spent 2 hours waiting on him. That's 2 hours of my life I will never get back. Let's just, Yang and his tension with family, right?
Sort of.
I was in the loop, about him and the tension in his family.
Can you say that one more time?
Yeah, you are aware that there is tension between Yang and his family.
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, so part of telling the president about the kidnapping, which led to them arguing about him defacing a statue, getting in trouble, and all that stuff. And remember you told me about Quelo?
Does that name ring the bell for me, Senior DM?
The name doesn't. You know the person, but you don't know his name.
Oh.
And I described Quelo to him.
You recognize the description.
I don't think that dude's looking out for the best interests.
Yeah. He was more like he tried to extract information.
Yeah.
If anything. So pretty much Yang on the spot kind of told some fibs, some pretty much half truths.
I think I never talked with the guy, but I think Vana did. Like we followed this guy to this house, and we scaled the building, and the guy you described was having a pretty shady conversation with another guy, and the Vana got caught or something, and she was in there talking, and I don't know what happened. I forgot. I'm like, as a player, I forgot. I don't know why. I have dementia. It's bad. I'm a bad person.
No, that was pretty spot on. The person that he was talking to, was Rodin, who's the youngest council member. You spoke with him on the train. Vana did get kind of caught snooping the area. Rodin never gave away that she was White Lotus, even though he knew that at the time. Yeah. Quelo was the one that he was speaking to, giving information, hinting information that, he was the guy that triggered the whole event that made you guys go to the Bender Revolt group hideout, because you had to prove your worth, quote unquote.
Right. Yes. Okay, yes.
And Vana got captured because she stopped humming the Mission Impossible theme song.
That's right. Yeah, that's what happened. She didn't sneak properly, Kevin. Let this be a lesson.
Do you want some sweet potato fries to go with this?
What?
Do you want sweet potato fries to go with your burger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
And I am deep frying some, I'm frying up some sweet potato fries.
So how long in total were y'all gone for?
Maybe 3, close to 4 hours.
I was breathing for 4 hours?
Dude, you should be lucky you're able to walk straight.
Oh man.
Too many easy comments.
Yeah, you do, and yeah, you do know you walk like a cowboy. You're not walking straight. You kind of walk with a gap. Must be rough.
Walking with a gap?
You know how, if you ever sit so long, you kind of cramp a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got a little Charlie horse going on right now. Stretch every time you breathe. It helps.
I look around for Charlie.
Kevin kind of, Kevin just shakes his head like, yep. You know what, let me just finish these burgers so you can eat. I think all that breathing you doing didn't put enough oxygen in your brain. Chopping up some tomatoes and some lettuce, caramelizing some onions, ketchup, mustard, spicy mayo.
Ooh. Roll me performance.
Sure. Ooh, that's good. Performance. That would be a 16.
Alright, yeah. Yeah, everything that you're describing was cooked pretty well. But is there anything else that you guys have to say, or anything that y'all want to do before we move on?
Alright, pretty much that's everything about the president. As I'm pretty much handing him lunch, like burgers, fries, and something to drink. That's pretty much, what are you planning to do? Because I have no idea when your event is.
Well, I think I'm gonna be waiting up on Dante here before we go up to the Firebender meeting.
You did mention that to Dante, right, Jaeger?
Jaeger.exe has shut down.
Rebooting.
Jaeger, smell the food. Did you tell Dante you're meeting here? I'll take that as a no.
See, what did I tell you, Jaeger? Someone could die tonight.
No!
Because of you.
No. No.
I mean, a man's life is in your hands now.
I think I gotta find a statue of Toph, the animal, I think.
Toph is a woman.
A woman what?
Jaeger, you are precious. Just know that. You're just precious.
I don't know about that. I feel like everyone wants to kill me.
Stop joking.
But I think to be real, do you think you could call up Dante again? We can iron that out.
Sure. Leave that to me. Eat your lunch.
Okay. So you give him a call, let him know to meet you here.
And I also tell Dante, just, I'll be the one answering the phone. He can't, because Yaeger can be trusted with the phone.
Okay. You relay that to Dante. He questions why he needs that information, but cool. So Yaang, over at the library, the way the library mechanics work, I kind of do like a hybrid of Pathfinder 2E, where you ask something and the library doesn't just give you information, you actually have to go and search for it. My rules is you can ask one question and roll a skill check that could correspond with searching for something, be it like the theme of whatever question you are asking. You could do a history check within the history section or something to find the information, what have you. If you can plead your case for whatever skill check you're choosing that makes sense, it can go into effect. If you fail that DC check, you can't use that skill until time passes. The DC for any kind of check in the library is DC 14. You can ask one question that I will answer if you pass that check.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Alright, so what is the one question you're looking to ask, and what would be the skill check you are trying to use?
I am trying to do a history check of Republic City. When it was established and why, followed by what did Cora do in Republic City to help with to bring ties together.
So what is the one question?
Oh, I can only ask one question. Oh,
At a time. So
Right.
you get one
First
question, one answer, and then you can do another check of a different skill to do a follow-up question.
So the first
Stuff like
question is, the reason Republic City was built.
that. Okay.
Alright.
Now you roll for it.
Yep. Sorry, I'm writing the question down real quick. So Alright. What's my... And I'm rolling for history or insight, investigation.
You did say history, so we're gonna go with history.
Alright. 17 plus 7 is 24.
Yep, you definitely pass. You got over a 20, so I can actually answer one other question, or I believe I said two other questions. So I can answer 3 questions for you instead of just this one, but I will answer this one first. Republic City was created as a place that benders and non-benders can come together in peace and harmony. You have 2 other questions because of how well you rolled. So what is the next question?
Between benders and so that's Republic City. Cora, what was Cora's actions for the non-benders during the non-bender revolt?
Okay. Cora was able to prove her worth as the Avatar in helping to relieve the tension of the non-benders. The benders were using an abuse of power to make the non-benders feel as though they had no worth. The non-benders were obviously not happy with this, and she was able to break this tension by proving as the Avatar that she is there for both sides.
Alright. I guess the last question is, because this is important, this is a hard question to ask. How many how many council members since Republic City was founded were benders versus non-benders?
Oh, God.
That was a harder question.
I know, now I gotta make stuff up. Okay, so the answer is a little tough to find, but you do eventually find it. It has, throughout history, the whole question of benders versus non-benders in the council has always swayed towards non-benders to begin with. So specific numbers you feel as though aren't as relevant, but you do see that the last maybe 10-15 years has just died. There has been no benders on the council since, since we'll say 196 AG.
Huh. That's interesting. Alright. I guess the final thing I would want to do then is leave and head to Mike's. I got what I need.
Okay. You would also know just through this little bit, I'll give you this. 196, Cora was still alive at the time.
Why would she allow a council of all non-benders? Huh. More questions than answers. Anyway. But yeah, I make my way to Mike's.
Okay. It would be about afternoon. It would be about time for this meeting with the firebenders at Briggards. You make your way back. Since you don't have Iroh, it does take you a little bit longer, but you do eventually get there, which is why it takes more time, and it's the afternoon. You see Mike. Oh, you don't see Mike. He's not home. But you see Kevin, and Jaeger is... where do y'all see yourselves being? It's been over an hour for sure.
Me, I'll probably be in the library, reading up on medical treaties.
Jaeger would be doing the leaf burning thing outside.
Alright, so I would go find Kevin first. Seeing the library, I'd be like, do you have books on Republic City history here?
I'm gonna check. Yeah?
You can just roleplay this book into existence, it's fine.
Okay. Knowing my father, he probably would have a book of history about that.
And you didn't tell me about the library until now. Why?
Because as you look at the state of this library, it's not as organized. Because imagine this library kind of a little disheveled, kind of like a little train wreck. He's remodeling the library in here.
Understood. I was wondering if I could speak with you and Jaeger in private. So, can we go talk in the garage with Iroh?
Sure.
Alright, let's go find Jaeger, and then we'll go into the garage with Iroh. Did you leave Sokka out there as well?
Yeah, Sokka likes Iroh, and also like being outside.
I figured as much. And Sable's still at the Air Temple Island. Don't let me forget to grab her before we leave.
Right. And besides, we have to grab Valhalla too.
Exactly. I meant to ask some kids if they would get some spider flies for Valhalla, and pay them. Oh well, I'll deal with that later. Jaeger?
I see he's still breathing.
What?
Jaeger, can we go talk?
About what?
Just... I don't want to say out in the open. Can we head to the, garage with Ira?
Sure.
Alright. I lead everybody to the garage with Iro and Sokka. Once everybody is together, I look at them and I say, I know this is gonna sound weird, but what if we were to help the Benders kidnap the president?
Wait, what?
No.
You do realize this will put the White Lotus in a very bad situation, right?
Well, not if they don't know it's White Lotus.
Let's talk. Now that we have talked to the president, there's going to be the police and possibly the military. But you remember the general, right?
I do. But I also have another plan that you guys will think is even crazier. Let's take the council and the president hostage.
Huh?
No. No. That's not very White Lotus-y.
Well, this isn't very Republic City-y.
What?
I don't know, Jaeger. None of this is right. That's what I'm saying.
Violence is not going to solve anything. It's going to lead to more problems. And something tells me, that Squalo fella, he is probably betting us to do something crazy and reckless.
And that's what I'm wanting to do. He knows of you and me, Kevin, and at which point you and I could represent the White Lotus. However, Jaeger, and if Taro and the Benders are able to help us, Jaeger and Taro could wear disguises, and with the Benders' assistance, they could technically take the council hostage, and there's nothing that we could do because our hands are tied. We go in, you and I, we have the meeting with the council members, and then we keep them distracted long enough for the council to be taken hostage, so that the point is made that the Benders are tired.
So, let me see if I got this straight. You went to go talk to the president. You informed the military about the possible plotting, and then you want to become the kidnapper.
I mean, we got Iroh.
So you want to make Iroh a kidnapper.
And Uncle Milo, if I can persuade him.
You want to start a military coup and kidnap the president. That's how civil wars start. That's what you're suggesting, is that we start a civil war.
Jaeger, there's a civil war going on whether we want to kidnap the president or not.
Yeah, but one civil war is gonna have no kidnappings and talking this through, and the other one's gonna have a lot of violent death, which, low-key, I'm cool with, but that's not what the White Lotus represents.
Alright, fine. I have a third plan as well, but I'm not sure if you guys will like it.
What's the third plan?
Are we gonna kidnap everybody in the city?
No. Yaang laughs.
Are we going to steal the statue of Yaang?
No, actually, we're gonna go persuade the Benders to give us a chance to speak on their behalf. As White Lotus members ourselves.
Bold. I'm actually cool with that.
Me too. That one sounds a better option.
But if they are unwilling to stand down, what are we supposed to do? Technically, we can't get involved. At least, being part of the plan, we can technically not get involved and help the Benders.
Jaeger thinks.
I know this does not seem air nomadish or airbenderish, my line of thinking. It's just none of this feels right, and if Yaang were here now, he would be against all of this. I'm not sure if he would or would not condone a kidnapping.
And this is why we do need the Avatar. The Avatar is the bridge. Whereas the Avatar is the bridge between benders and non-benders, being the most powerful bender. The Avatar is there for everybody as the embodiment of order.
And that's the other thing, the Avatar is 8 years old.
Oh, that's true too.
Wait, we know that?
It's been 8 years since Kor passed away.
The Avatar,
that's true.
When the Avatar dies, it's reborn in a new body.
That was dumb. We do know that. The player says to Jaeger.
So, those are my 3 plans. We either help kidnap the president, we help hold the council hostage, or we persuade the rebellion benders to give us a chance to speak on their behalf. I mean, I did go to the library and get a lot of information, and I could write a speech out and everything else like that, but the way my uncle treated me this afternoon, I'm on the side of kidnapping.
You're gonna kidnap him because of a family quarrel? Don't they have, like, therapy or something?
And also, isn't your uncle maybe a master airbender?
I don't care anymore, Kevin. I just want what's right for benders and non-benders and spirits. I want the Avatar to be able to be a kid, but our duty is to find the Avatar, train the Avatar, protect the Avatar, and hope an 8-year-old kid can understand the pressure we're putting on them.
That's going to be a difficult part when we come down to the Avatar.
But we need to decide what to do now because the Avatar is not here to make these decisions.
I have a really wild idea.
Does it involve kidnapping my uncle and smacking him around a couple of times? Because I'm for that right now.
No.
Oh.
Is regarding you breathing?
I say, and hear me out, I know this is pretty crazy. Let's get the intel, prevent the kidnapping, put our foot in the door for saying, yeah, we want to do good, do what we came here to do, and then leave.
So, go talk to the Benders and persuade them to let us try diplomacy.
If you want to try to convince the Earthbenders, you can certainly try. I, however, am gonna stick with getting intel from Firebenders.
Alright, so we're gonna split the party again?
I thought that was that not always the plan?
It is.
I hate doing it, though. You know that.
No, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh. I look at Kevin. Did I tell you?
About how much you hate splitting the party? Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I was telling Kevin. I don't like doing this, but we have to at this point. So you go do your little firebender, murder every innocent person you see in your path, and we'll go talk to the Benders and persuade them to stand down and give us a chance to speak on their behalf.
I'm just there to mind my own business.
Right.
And also learn what theirs is.
Exactly. That's all you're there to do.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna die.
Hopefully not.
Just don't do anything stupid, Jaeger.
You know me.
And do you want to take Sokka with you?
Nah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
It's just gonna be me, Dante, and possibly a little Kevin.
Well, if you're gonna go with a little Kevin and Dante, then you're gonna want this. And I jump up on Iroh and grab Jaeger's gift.
What?
He
Here you
has
go.
something for you, Jaeger.
Here, just be safe. And I look at Kevin. I will be outside meditating when you're ready to go talk to the vendors. I walk away.
What?
Yang is going to try to convince the vendors to not go through their anger and try to kidnap the president. That might be a conversation with Tara. And you, I know what you know about these fire vendors. Because the general, she thinks Fire Nation might be attacking, so hopefully you can convince them not to do any attacks. Because if she sees any fire vendors at the kidnapping, just know all bets are lost.
Yeah, last time the Fire Nation attacked, it changed everything.
Yeah. Considering what the general has in store, it's gonna be rough.
I'll try, you know. But it's just me and Dante. I don't know how far Dante is willing to go. But he seems like he'll go along with everything as long as I reassure him that he's my best friend.
And as you're saying that, because the door is open, you can see outside. You see Dante is walking up to the front door of Mike's place.
Dante!
Huh?
Dante!
Oh. Hey.
Yeah, what did I
He starts
get, by the
walking
way?
over.
The gift. Like, Jaeger doesn't know.
I'm surprised Yang didn't describe it.
Yang didn't say nothing. Just threw me this thing and then left.
Jaeger
Is it in the shape of a
say
cat?
he was opening. No, Jaeger didn't say.
I didn't know you wrapped it.
Jaeger
I didn't
didn't say.
honestly.
Yeah, I wrapped it up and everything. Jaeger didn't say he opened it.
Jaeger doesn't...
Well, you have a package in your hand that is oddly shaped like a scimitar.
You have a completely black scimitar that has was it a gold or platinum that I said with some gold decoration, gold stuff like that, where the handles would be and metal would be minus the blade. It's gold, and the blade itself is black, and the hilt is black.
Ooh.
And it is a +1 scimitar.
Yep, which means that on attack and damage rolls, you get to add an additional +1 using this weapon.
An additional +1.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot, did I get it engraved? I don't remember.
I can't remember, but I don't think you would have, because you wouldn't know what to engrave
True.
for Jaeger.
Except Flameo, maybe.
Yeah, and I don't see Yang having thought to even do that.
Okay. Did it come with the
It
sheath
came with
and all that?
a sheath.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on my back next to the axe, so that they're parallel, with the handle facing up.
Okay.
Just for visual, like for the visual people out there. Hello, visual people. I too am visual. Hello. Welcome to Dicebenders.
Dante knocks on the wood, passes you. Yang just gives you a friendly nod and goes, knock knock. What are you guys doing in here?
Dante!
Jaeger!
It's one of those days.
Is it time to go mind our own business?
And he just looks at you, Kevin, as he laughs, like, with a questioning look, and goes, I suppose it is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you ready?
Before y'all two go,
Uh-huh.
I'm handing one to Dante and one to Jaeger. My father developed these. Jaeger affectionately called these little cabins. So you get in a little trouble, rank that.
Yang suddenly appears at the door. I heard something about cabbage soda, cabbage pop, cabbage pop, cabbage pop, cabbage
want
pop,
one?
Cabbage pop?
cabbage
Do
pop.
you want one too, Yang?
Cactus juice.
Yes.
I know what cactus juice is. I don't know what cabbage pop is.
Yes, please. Thank you, Kevin. Yes. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Is it
I grab
Cabacola?
We haven't get. They don't
That's a
have
good name
official
for it,
names yet.
I call it cabbage pop.
Well, I would definitely not call it Little Kevin. That sounds a little not good.
They
I crack.
call it that because me being a waterbender, I heal.
I get it. I just don't think it sounds good. But
Yeah, that's why he calls it that. At that point, I kind of thumb over to Jaeger, like he's the one who calls it that. It doesn't have an official name yet.
right. Well, thank you. I will definitely drink this. And he looks to Jaeger with like a questioned face and says, "Are you ready to go?"
Yeah.
All right, let's head on out.
I'm locked and loaded.
Before you guys leave, can you tell us where to go to meet the Benders?
And he just like looks at Jaeger.
Okay. So, you know where the Benders Revolt group is at?
No, that's why I'm asking.
Okay.
Why?
Oh, we're just
Sorry,
helping them plot.
why?
We're gonna help them plot the kidnapping of the president.
What? No, we
Excuse
are
me?
not.
I thought we were trying to prevent that. Has things changed?
He's joking. As Kevin look at Yeti, no, we are definitely not doing that.
Yang is
He
busy
wants to-
pouring the cabbage pot into Iroh's mouth.
He wants to try to convince the Benders to not go through with the kidnapping.
And explain to me why going to their base while we're doing this isn't going to contradict each other?
What are y'all doing?
Because we're about to go talk to the Firebenders, which are part of the Bender Revolt group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So explain to me. I'm just confused.
I'm kind of getting there too.
I mean, what's there to be confused about? You don't ever trust
Dante.
Firebenders.
Yes,
Dante.
Yes.
Dante.
Yes.
Dante!
What?
Listen,
I'm listening.
we have
I'm
a
trying to
1-0 track record.
Okay.
All right, we're pretty much professionals at this.
At what exactly?
At winning in life. Duh.
I mean, I can't argue that. You're not dead, but like,
Almost. I've done it a couple times.
that doesn't sound like being a winner. That just sounds
Oh,
lucky.
it's winning.
Dante.
Oh boy.
It's winning.
Dante.
It's delaying
So, out
death.
of curiosity, are there any other firebenders that I could do this with, or am I kind of stuck with you?
It's just you and me, bud.
He laughs.
We could try to try with Shaong.
Definitely not.
Oh yeah, I thought Shaong was gonna chill outside.
Definitely not.
He was
going...
gonna be reconnaissance.
Speaking of Shaong, Jaeger, you've been here all day. After your little meet with him to show you that firebending technique, you haven't seen him the rest of the day.
Oh, that's right. Player remembers that Shaong and Vaughn are on a date. I forgot.
I mean, Vaughn is here,
Yeah,
but Shaong
thought-
isn't.
I thought. Wait, he's not in the house.
He hasn't been home since he left you.
Shaong.
Yeah, he's not in the house anywhere.
Shaong.
Jaeger,
So,
I need to know where we're going.
listen, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I wouldn't do it. Like, I know I'm not part of your group or whatever. That sounds
Yeah, you
like
are.
a terrible idea. Well, thank you. That sounds like a terrible idea.
I think it's for me and Yang should just either be near you guys just in case you need like an aerial pickup. I'm talking about near you guys. I'm talking about maybe 3 or 4 blocks away.
Kevin, I think what Dante is trying to say is that the firebenders Yeah, the firebenders want to go play and hurt innocent people. We have to sit here and meditate and breathe.
Well, I'm more saying that I work with the police. I already have all that information about, like, their whereabouts. You can go to that hideout all you want. It's not there anymore.
Oh, cool. Can you
So
tell me
you
where
can
it
waste
is?
your time if you want. Like, if you really do want to, fine, go ahead. I can tell you. It's not going to be worth your time. But you can also, just insult our heritage. That's cool too. Yeah, go ahead. I'm only trying to help you out.
Also, if you do want to find the Bender Revolt group, you might want to look like Earthbenders, because they're picky like that.
Yeah, and also learn seismic senses and
Yes.
become very big and rugged, because a lot of Earthbenders are like big, surprisingly. And continue to insult the Fire Nation. That's cool too.
So the revolution doesn't have waterbenders or airbenders in there?
I don't think I saw any. I
I
think it was just Earth and Fire.
Yeah, it's pretty much just consisting of fire and earth.
Okay, so then it seems like we need to find them and talk to them and persuade them not to do the kidnapping, so that way we can speak on their behalf and persuade the council to let us find some kind of peaceful resolution.
I think, sitting here, we did our thing. It's time
Yes.
for them to do theirs.
Yes, Jaeger, we've got to get moving. The sun is
Yes.
setting.
Yes,
And
Dante,
time
yes.
is
Just
time's
breathe.
a
Yes.
wasting.
Did you just tell me to breathe? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
just breathe. Yes.
Well,
I
I've
think
been doing that the
we
whole
might have
time, but it's time to get
I
What?
think we might have an
Huh?
extra car here, so y'all
What?
might be,
a car.
I think there might be a car in this garage that can drive. 'Cause I seem
I mean, I have a car. That's how
I can
got here.
drive.
No, you can't.
He told me you can't even use a phone, let alone I'm not going to let you drive my car.
Did I not just talk to you on a phone?
But did you make the call?
I was the one calling you.
I
think you're
I want
focusing
him
on the
to
wrong-
answer.
I think you're focusing on the wrong thing here, Dante.
I think you're right. I think we're running out of time talking about phones. I'm
That's-
going to drive,
Yeah.
though. You can call Shotgun.
Yeah, right. I'm driving. Let's go. And Jaeger leaves the
No.
room.
As the two of you are walking away, he's like, no, the shotgun is the passenger seat. And anyway, bye, guys.
Yeah, passenger with the wheel and the gas pedal.
Alright, Kevin.
No, that's a...
Yay. Are you hungry?
No, I'm just gonna go breathe.
Okay. I'm gonna get bring some food out for Ira and Shaka.
Sokka.
All right.
Saka.
Quelo.
Exactly.
And so Jaeger and Dante depart. Kevin sits with Iroh and Sokka. Yaang breathes. And that's where we'll end that episode.
Sweet.
Cool.
So this is a Skeptic Frogs production. Dicebenders is a homebrew D&D 5e live action playcast using class models created by Skeptic Frog Productions. The World of Avatar was created by Bryke, published by Nickelodeon, and all credits for music and sounds will be found in the show notes. And as always, everybody, who wants to say it this time? Let's all say it together on 3. 1, 2, 5.
Bye, everybody.
Well, subscribe for more shenanigans.
Subscribe for more shenanigans.
Yeah.
We did it at the same time.
All right,
of
I'll
us.
just edit it to where we'll all say it at the same time. There we go. All right. And goodbye, Daddy Craig.
We live in a society.